Welcome back to Destination Pro Wrestling. In this video, Chris Jericho responds to Eric Bischoff. I have a feeling this might be a work. I don't even know. We might be getting worked, fellas. But we're going to talk a little bit about that. Tony Khan also responds to these comments by Eric Bischoff. Also, Undertaker at Crown Jewell, what we know, what we don't know. We're just a few hours away from the event. Also, there was a time in AEW where YouTuber, broadcaster, interviewer, we all know him, Chris Van Vliet. He was actually in AEW for a very, very brief time. It was like 1 or 2 episodes. We got an update on him and what actually happened, why he's not there. And look, if you guys want more videos like this, you already know the drill. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and ring the bell. All right, we're going to talk about Chris Van Vliet first, CVV. You guys might know him for some of his great interviews on YouTube. He's also done a lot of stuff with movie stars as well. Look, I have a lot of respect for him. I think he's incredibly talented. And it always kind of blew my mind that we never saw him more than like once or twice in AEW. Especially if you go back to when AEW announced that Chris Van Vliet was All Elite. The major speculation was that they actually had signed him to a contract. Now, of course, I hear a lot about this in Discord. If you guys aren't on Discord, go ahead and check out the link in the description. We're building a pro wrestling community, and it's really fun. But I've heard about this a lot. I've heard a lot of people message me on Discord saying, hey, like, whatever happened to CVV on AEW? And I was always curious, aside from like some brief Twitter interaction, there's nothing there. So it wasn't something I was able to find out, but it turns out he did an interview with Wrestling Inc. and he basically revealed like there was never any plans for him to be in AEW long term. It was kind of like a one-off thing, asking him to be at the first episode, and then a couple weeks later, they asked him to do something else on another episode. But other than that, there was no plans for him to actually be signed. Now, you might be wondering why I'm even talking about this, but I think AEW had done such a great job with Chris Van Vliet that it almost seemed more organic to the world of like the presentation they were putting out, if that makes sense. Like right now we see Mark Henry on Friday Night Rampage introducing the main event, and I find that to be really cool, but kudos to Chris Van Vliet. I think he kind of brings that Hollywood-style flavor to AEW. And I really enjoy that. And there's really 2 YouTubers I've said from the get, like they should be in these situations where they're backstage interviewers, that type of thing. And I always believed it was Chris Van Vliet, and I always thought Denise Salcedo. And we actually talked about this on Discord as well. She kind of mentioned in one of her YouTube videos that her dream job with WWE didn't come to fruition. Now, I don't have any friendships with these people. I just, obviously, I follow social media and stuff like that. And I just genuinely believe that those 2 individuals would have been really good for AEW in terms of the backstage environment for interviews, social media, that type of thing. But yeah, it's cool to see Chris Van Vliet. Like, he's still rocking on. His YouTube channel is doing very well. This guy is absolutely incredible. His show Insight is also available on streaming platforms, podcast platforms. So you guys should definitely check it out if you want to see what he's up to these days. All right, and the next story of the day, The Undertaker possibly at Crown Jewell. Well, coincidentally enough, Denise Salcedo tweeted out an image of Undertaker opening up and introducing the rapper Pitbull to a concert in Saudi Arabia. Now, of course, if you guys didn't know this, The Undertaker is one of the favorites in Saudi Arabia, which would make sense as to why he's there coincidentally around the same time as Crown Jewell. Now, with Crown Jewell, it's a big mega event out there in Saudi Arabia, and, well, if Undertaker is one of the favorites to be there, I would expect Undertaker to make a special appearance. Maybe nothing physical, truth be told, I don't even know what to really expect. I just find it to be very interesting that Undertaker would get paid a shit ton of money to go out to Saudi Arabia just to introduce Pitbull for his concert. And that is why I really think we're going to see Undertaker at Crown Jewell. I know there's a lot of speculation that he'll be there in some capacity. Undertaker did confirm he's done wrestling. That part of his career is over. But it definitely is interesting and coincidental at the same time that The Undertaker is there. Now, in what role would he be used as Saudi Arabia? Well, That's up to you guys to try to figure it out, because there is no way I can figure it out. The guy doesn't wrestle anymore. There's nobody like, Bray Wyatt in the company, so I don't see there being like any sort of interaction between two dark characters. But yeah, he's there. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what we're going to see. Crown Jewel's card is actually very interesting. It's probably the first time I'm actually going to watch it from start to end, so we'll see what happens. All right, guys, and the final story of the day, Chris Jericho has officially responded to Eric Bischoff. I said it in the beginning of this video. I don't know if we're being worked. I don't know. I thought everything was fine and dandy between Eric Bischoff and AEW, but obviously Eric Bischoff took some offense to some of the things that Tony Khan had been doing and saying about Eric Bischoff and WCW compared to AEW and WWE. But look, this is what's here, man. Chris Jericho tweeting. He responds to Eric Bischoff's thing. Not sure what a cosplay competition is, but WWE market share has definitely been decreased by AEW to the point whenever they force themselves into real head-to-head competition with us, most recently last Friday, they lost. I'm going to shut the beep up and keep wrestling. Man, Eric Bischoff definitely angered somebody, that's for sure. He definitely angered some people. I know Tony Khan is expected to also, he's been saying some things in response to that. Eric Bischoff is now expected to respond to all of that. The point that I'm getting at here, it just sounds very, I don't know. It just doesn't sound very real. Like, Eric Bischoff has always been on the sidelines with AEW. He's been backstage numerous times. And I think this is such a silly thing to get over about. In a way, it's almost like, and this is probably a terrible analogy, but it's almost like, hey, 10 years ago, we beat this basketball team. 10 years later, we have different rosters, different circumstances, and we're beating this team again. Okay, maybe that's a terrible analogy. I don't know. But that's kind of like what I get the vibe of. So, yeah, Chris Jericho, Tony Khan, they've both responded. Eric Bischoff is set to respond as well. So, who knows what's going to happen here? But if it is real, if it's authentic, if this is not a work, if this is something that's genuinely happening right now, no more Eric Bischoff doing segments with AEW. I can't see that happening. But hey, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Keep paying attention to DPW. We got some major stuff happening, giveaways, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time right here on Destination PW.